fighting Segavax.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Oh, hell
Segavax,
yeah.
dude.
Like that goes to show you guys how much better the progression has been this time. Much more reasonable.
Well,
We haven't destroyed
whole
the
flock
entire...
Out of
Whole,
country yet or anything.
Yeah. The whole world hasn't been under a tidal wave at this point.
So, hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Drunken Arcanauts Dycairn campaign. I am Clancy, and I'll be your DM through this 5th edition D&D tabletop campaign. This is a standard D&D game with a bunch of custom settings and custom rules and feats and made-up nonsense and items in a different world, and I've been break the rules fairly often on top of that. Before we go around and do introductions, I do want to give a shout out to our patrons. We have Scotty Doesn't Owe, LL Cole J, Jess Skate P, Lincoln Mark, Special K, Christian Haydenson, Nathaner, Jared K, Justin Case, Cody T, and Austin's. We really hope you guys are enjoying the episodes, and we really appreciate your patronage. Let us know if there's anything you want to hear or see or complain about. Mostly complain about would be my ideal request. So if everybody could go around and introduce themselves and their character, I'll do the recap, and then we can get started.
Hi, I'm Risky, and I am playing Five Gal. I am a bucket druid, and I just realized I have 4th level spells that I didn't pick because I'm bad.
Naughty,
Oh
naughty,
shit, I do
naughty.
too. Now that I
You guys
laugh
are
at
three
so
weeks,
you.
3 weeks off, everyone.
Well, anyways, I am relevant. I am playing Juniper Hallow, a half-elf monk, and I remember about 15% of where we're at.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is 15% more than I remember. My name is Mark. I play Simon Salazar, the best of the party, a Wanti warlock who never does anything wrong and is a real good guy.
And poops in all the water.
Those are all equally true statements.
I'm Jay. I play Victor McCoy, human gunslinger who really likes grenades.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so for the recap, which you guys probably desperately need, having been off for 3 weeks, we ended with the party sort of lost in the woods a little bit. You guys had been traveling to the mine in the middle of Lumbura, a mine that is unnamed, and I believe I noted to you it sort of slips away from your memory anytime you try and think about it. It's odd. It's like it's a blank spot on the map. You don't really know why it has never been named. It's a big-ass mountain and clearly an important mine, but you don't know what it's called, and you've never wondered why it's not on a map. Even still, the thought that something's odd is drifting. It's hard to focus on, like a dream that you're trying to remember 20 minutes after you woke up. It's a little beyond the ability of your brain to capture. You're there because your train is stopped alongside the only river and the road to the mine. You have the road is sort of covered in a giant landslide, and you wanted help blasting it, and the people who were clearing it said that they sent a bunch of people to the mines with explosives, and you could go get some explosives from them, or if you could help them get some explosives from the mine, they would really appreciate it. It appeared that you guys were probably more interested in getting explosives for yourself than for the people on the railroad tracks, but, we'll find out how that works. But as we come back to it, your wagon is destroyed after a run-in with wolf owls, and you're sort of lost in the woods east of the only river, northeast of the only river, and southeast of the road to the mine. You don't know how close you are. You're probably within 20 miles of the mine, but how close is really up in the air. So to start, as the four of you sort of try and figure out what you're going to do, who is leading the way?
Not the bucket.
Yes, not me.
I would say probably Victor, because from the last episode, I think I remembered Victor got sick of everyone arguing and just started walking a direction. So not intentionally leading the way, but probably just ahead of everyone else.
That seems likely. Will you roll me a survival check, Victor? I think you did at the end of the last episode, and it was pretty good, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say I have no idea what my last roll was. Oh, shit. Thank God for that advantage. Because I got a 6 and a 19. Survival. Oh, shit. So 25.
25. That ain't bad. With a 25, you know the direction that you're going. You know roughly where you need to go, and you can't. The canopy is too thick to be able to clearly spot the mountain. But at this point, you're able to focus on that unsettling feeling, really, when you try and look for the mountain in the sky, and that's enough to point you, like, wherever you feel the least comfortable, that's probably where that mine is.
All right. I guess that's the direction I'll go.
I follow Victor.
Is anyone picking up the bucket?
Aren't you a backpack?
Oh yeah, I am. We
Yeah.
made a crappy backpack. Okay,
Yeah.
Who's carrying you?
Victor, I think.
Not me.
It's so stupid.
So as you guys are walking along, what's your focus? Are you just trudging? Are you chatting? You sharing life stories, asking each other questions?
No, I'm pissed that I now have to protect the person that I like the least in the party. And trying to I remember now that I wanted to go back to the train, so I'm just like pouting and angry. I'm not talking to anybody. Now I'm the one giving the silent treatment.
Yeah, as a recap mention, Simon was told that by his patron, his dark god, that he needs to protect, what he believes is Liza, but it's actually Juniper Hollow.
Are you sending us any things in our minds bucket? Seems like something you would do. Nonsense stories as we go.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask about Victor's childhood. Where'd you grow up?
On a farm, I guess.
Oh, so you're a farmer?
Well, my father was.
That's cool. What about you, Simon?
What about me, bucket?
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the South.
Oh, like in a town or just random?
That's why he's racist.
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood to talk right now. Let's just get to the bides, I guess, is where we're going.
Okay.
People from the South are racist.
I really want to talk about my background and my family,
Simon.
since we've just lost the horses
I mean, were you real attached to the horses?
as a mode of transportation that's faster than walking.
Okay.
What
Well,
could you turn into something that could fly and carry us all a lot faster, or what could you become?
Bees.
I don't think 5 gallons of bees are going to carry all of us to the mines.
Oh, well, can you turn into something that can fly us all somewhere?
No, but I can cripple you psychically if that's what you would prefer.
Why would I want that?
I don't know. I don't know you that well.
Bless you.
That's why I was asking about your life and stuff, so we get to know each other.
Simon, why are you such a dick?
I don't respond to her.
Hmm.
While you're walking along, I would like all of you except for the bucket to make a perception check.
14.
24.
21.
24 and 21, you see a column of smoke. Not super thick, but just off to the right, maybe 100 feet through the trees, something is on fire. Do you go to investigate, or you just keep walking along?
Does it seem like this fire is going to turn into a forest fire? Or is it more like there's a camp?
Roll nature. Or survival, actually.
24.
It doesn't seem like it's a forest fire. It might be some sort of camp.
Well, what do you guys think? You think we should check that out, or should we keep going?
That scared me.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's no context for the bucket.
Anyone with eyes have an opinion.
Well, I don't really see anything. My opinion has been overruled, so you decide.
I kind of feel like we should just keep going and get the explosives. We
All
can
right.
put them in the bucket.
I was planning on stealing a whole carriage with horses if we could, but
Oh, okay. We can do that too.
Weren't we the ones with the carriage?
There's probably more than one in this entire world, I would imagine. So it's possible.
yeah, I think
there
there'll
could
be some
one
more
there.
for sure.
Oh, I was talking about the ones at the mine, because
Well, I'm sure they went up there with carriages.
I don't know. Maybe they dropped them off at the mine and then went back to the train area.
That
Just-
could be.
It was just the landslide, wasn't it?
It seems like
So
we're
it's
going to
not
find
like
out.
they just normally have carriages hanging out where rocks might fall on the track.
They might have.
We're going to find out
Okay.
pretty quickly here, I think.
Not if we
So-
go and do whatever you guys are talking about.
You go check stuff out. I'm going to stay here.
Or
I
what?
think we were just gonna keep going.
Okay.
I think that's a great plan.
You guys
Somebody-
ignore the smoke and just keep walking. And it fades into the background. As you walk along, you start to get to the point where the mountain now is visible through the trees, but that unnearing feeling doesn't go away. I need everybody to make me a intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh.
12.
Wow. 20 somehow.
Ridiculous.
8.
Oh, I
Eight.
forgot to tell you, you have a
Oh,
minus
God.
18 on intelligence bucket.
What?
Just, I'm nothing.
No, I
Just
did
bull-
roll an 18.
I'm just bullshitting you.
I have a 9 for intent.
Okay,
He's the one
did
that passed.
anybody get less than a 15?
Me.
Simon?
I think everyone but the bucket.
Oh my god.
Everyone that has intelligence failed.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Classic.
everyone who can actually see the mountain is completely unable to keep their eyes on it. If you look at it, your eyes slide off to the side like when you've got one of those little floaters in your eyes and you can see it.
I don't
Like
know what that means.
that's what your eyes do. They just sort of drift out of your control away from it, and you can't force yourself to look at it. Bucket, you could, were you capable of seeing with eyes, look directly at the mountain. However, instead you can't, so you can only just try and picture the mountain, and you're capable of forcing the image into your head. But of course you haven't seen it, so you're just picturing a generic mountain which has no real bearing on the story or anything of value to add.
Okay. It's good to know.
But the rest of you can't look directly at it, but you know exactly where it's at. And as you get closer, you begin to hear shouting.
Okay.
Do you just keep walking? What are you doing?
Yeah, shouting's pretty cool. We should go toward that, right, guys? We should not have gone back to the trade at all, like I said.
Is it like dying shouting? Is it
It sounds like combat.
like explosives?
Should we go fight?
I really want those explosives, and if some motherfuckers are trying to steal them, I think I'm gonna have to shoot somebody.
Okay.
What if the fighting has nothing to do with the explosives?
Well, if it doesn't, then we probably won't get involved, right?
Sure.
I mean, if we head toward it, we may be involved against our will.
Well, then
As you come out of the woods a bit, there's a sort of cliff, maybe a 20-foot drop down to a cave or a mine entrance. It's a fairly large entrance. It's maybe 6 wagons wide and clearly well used. 2 or 3 rail tracks coming out of it for mine carts and stuff. You can see a wagon being hauled by a pair of donkeys that is just full to the brim with barrels of shit that is probably explosives, and it is making its way in the cavern right now. Just behind that, there are a few figures. Let's roll history. Anybody who's from Lumbura or farther south. Actually, no. Everybody roll history. There's reason for everybody to have heard about these.
21.
21?
6.
21.
Oh yeah, 21 club.
Okay. The 21
Better
club.
than the 27 club.
Looking down, you see
Yeah.
what are appear to be a group of humans, half elves and half orcs, that are engaged in combat with a number of Duragar. Duragar are like dwarves, but sort of devoid of color, and they're known to be kind of mean and just sort of dicks. They live generally underground. They really don't like the sunlight. They have the ability to turn invisible and make themselves giant. They're dangerous things. What's key here is that only you two know all that. Everybody else, you just see some people fighting with some smaller people. And in the Bucket's case, you don't see anything. you know what they tell you. So you see them fighting. The wagon full of explosives is going into the mine, and you can see at least a few of the people have been like chained together and are being dragged behind the wagon. It seems like the group that came here with the explosives is having to deal with a bunch of Duragar at this point that either live in the mine or came to take over the mine. It's hard to tell.
I'm going to turn to an owl
Okay.
and go see what the hell's happening.
Are you overtly flying down there, or are you trying to be stealthy?
Stealthy.
Roll me a stealth check. Go ahead and give yourself advantage, because you're just an owl.
Woohoo.
Thank God. Oh, no, never mind. That's a 7.
Owl casually, they say, but you just can't do it. You try to act like an owl, and somehow you fly like directly into the battle, like fluttering all over, and you're just like, who? Who? And they're like, what the fuck? Like, everything from both sides quickly has noticed the very shifty, fucking weird ass owl, and they're tracking your movement. You see a few Duragar begin to draw back bows.
Um,
Back to their eyes.
okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to back off a little bit.
Where do you fly away to?
Is there like a wooded area close by that I can just get away from the battle or whatever?
I mean, the closest wooded area is where you came from. There's woods all around the mountain.
And that's our group. Okay, let's see if I'm stupid enough to go straight back to where our people are. Yep. I'm flying straight back to the group.
Fly straight back, and they follow your movement. And that draws their attention to the small shapes on the cliff face staring down. The Duragar disengage the humans and half-orcs. There seem to be 6 or 7 of them left, and flee back into the cave mouth, leaving the battle silent. You guys are up there staring down, and you can see one of the humans looking up, and they're sort of talking to each other, and they sort of wave subtly.
Do not wave back. Everybody duck down. Maybe they didn't see us.
Did they?
Everybody hide.
Or did I notice them waving?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I'll wave a talon at them.
I'm gonna wave too.
Let me. Oh no, that was like a 24 on perception. They even saw the talon wave. I was gonna say there's no way they saw that little tiny talon that distance, but no, they rolled great. They see you guys waving, and they begin to make their way towards the cliff face. Although they are guarded, these people look like they've been through hell. They're scarred and cut up. They're definitely bleeding all over. Like I said, there's 6 of them left, it appears, and they are armed with a variety of like copper short swords and bronze broadswords and stuff. Certainly, they look like they're not fighters, but have been sort of forced into defending themselves. So, are you guys coming down, or you want them to come up, or what?
Meet them halfway, I guess.
Want you to meet me halfway?
You begin down the ramp, and they come up, and about 20 feet from you, a half-orc steps up to the front. Hail, strangers. Are you reinforcements from the rail lines? Because we would like to leave.
Well, we're definitely reinforcements, but we're gonna need your help.
This place there's something wrong about it. We knew from the moment we set over here that something was wrong, but we just kept ignoring it, and then when we got here, we were drug inside, and only a few of us managed to break free. We blew up one of the barrels, and that was enough of a shock that we managed to flee. But we've already been in there for days in the mine.
You were doing drugs inside? Why did you do that?
What?
Don't do drugs.
And the guy's like, that's sound advice, I guess. Please help us leave. The others they're lost. There is no surviving those mines.
we can help you. It's just we might need a little bit of help ourselves.
What help do you need? You
Help us
freely
help you.
are not in the mine.
Right. Well, we need you know that big thing of explosives that went into the mine? We're gonna need those back.
Well, I mean, right now it's only probably a few hundred yards into the cave. It's
Perfect,
gonna
let's
be
go.
lost in the mines here any minute. Oh, we're not going back in there.
Was one of you brave enough to go back in? I might need someone to help navigate where some things might be.
Who looks like the smartest one?
There's a bookish-looking half-elf woman who is sort of like standing off to the side, away from everybody. She looks like she's ready to run right past you guys into the woods herself. She's probably, you would guess, the smartest of them, in that she's not even bothering to talk to you guys. Like, she's just like, I'm just leaving, regardless of whatever discussion they have. There is one guy who, when you say who's brave enough, that steps forward, and the rest of them, like, step back.
How well do you know those mines?
And he says, not super well. I feel like I could probably find my way around the mess hall that they set up, but I'm not super good about all the passages and the caves.
All right, you're really not any good to me then.
I'm just gonna.
Well, the
cowardice,
thing is, I'm quite brave.
All right, well, how about this? You come with us, all right? However, who else actually here knows about the caves?
I just try
Nobody
to.
steps forward, but you see a large number of them turn to look at the half-elf who was off to the side.
I wanted to cast suggestion that I can use once per long rest on the smart lady and tell her
Better
to
than my
come with
plan.
us.
I was just gonna pull a gun on someone.
But she's got to succeed on it's only a DC 15 wisdom save.
All right, if your plan doesn't work, mine might.
That is a 12.
Yes.
Damn.
I just suggest strongly that she comes with us and helps us.
You got to word it in a way that makes it seem like a reasonable idea.
You should come with us. We will save your life and leave these other people to their doom.
And she looks at the crew, and she goes, which of you has the power to turn into one of the great beasts of the forest?
That's me.
Are you still in owl form?
Yep, just message into her brain. I'm on a tree.
And she says, oh, great druid of the wild, I pledge my service to you and your party, for I know the caves well. I have an eidetic memory and have memorized every passage within.
Oh, good.
We should have the Dub Cub too, because that could be useful. Like hide behind him or throw him toward the bad guys or something like that.
And he turns around and he goes, did somebody else volunteer? Who was it? Come on. We need a human shield, my friends say.
God, are we gonna recruit this guy?
Yep.
Bringing him with us.
Anyone that takes up space in the rotation of getting in.
The rest of them begin to sort of file past and are saying some muffled stuff under their breath. Basically like, good luck, or you're gonna need to be careful. And then one guy's like, you guys are just fucked. And they sort of move on their way, and the brave chap turns around, sticks his hand out and says, well, my name is Ernest, and I'd like to meet all of you properly. And he's got his hand stuck out. Approaches you, Victor.
Nice to meet you, Ernest.
You shake his hand.
Yes.
He shakes your hand. Well, put her there. Oh, you're one heck of a guy. And he goes over to Simon, gives Simon a hug. He says, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to make new friends.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Finally approaches Juniper and reaches his hand out.
Sup?
Do you shake his hand?
No, I just do like a head nod thing.
Oh, he gets a little bit in your bubble and head nods on either side of your head. And he goes, this must be one of them fancy elf greetings.
Sure.
Then he goes back up to Victor and he goes, look how fancy I am. And he head nods right next to either side of your face.
I push him away from me.
He says, well, somebody's not cultured.
Well, in my understanding, it's rude to steal other people's ways of doing things if they don't give you permission to do it.
Oh, well, ain't that some high society info?
Shouldn't we be going after the wagon?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You guys said you wanted the wagon.
Okay, let's send that guy in first. Charge!
he pulls up his sword and he says, cast your magic on me and I'll be your guys' savior.
And I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "Zoobdabaloo."
I feel stronger already. And he goes running into the cave with a battle cry. Ah! The half-elf woman approaches and she says, that was wise. He'll draw all the attention. Now we should be able to take the better route in. And she begins to guide you off to the right, slightly around the entrance where there is a vent. The vent she takes the boards off of is only about 3 feet tall. And she says, this will take us right down to the animal pens. They have to leave them near the surface so that they can still get grass and other foods that they need in order to survive. But it'll get us past the initial barracks and it'll take us to where they're holding that wagon if the animals are still attached.
All right.
So she is like, I'm happy to guide, but I'd rather not be in front. If someone else would take the lead.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just gonna fly down the caverns.
Are you gonna fly? You're not gonna take the passage?
Well, whatever way we're going in.
3 feet tall. Gonna be hard to fly in.
How big am I then?
You're an owl.
You're an owl.
Owl wings alone.
Yeah. Your wingspan is probably at the point where you're not going to be doing a lot of flapping in a 3x3 box.
It doesn't tell me how big it is.
I'll go up front.
Juniper is leading the way.
I can see in the dark.
The half-elf woman follows you closely. Who's following the half-elf woman? Or women, I guess.
I'm kind of waiting to see if Five Gal goes back to a bucket or if he's just going to kind of hop through this little...
Well, great horned owls have a wingspan of 4.6 feet.
But you're in a 3x3.
Well, I didn't say I was a great horned owl.
He's probably a barn owl.
Google barn owl.
I'm leaving all this in.
38 centimeters.
Who knows how big that is? Damn metric system.
That's not that much.
Your
That's a
wingspan.
foot and 2 inches.
I don't think that's how long their wingspan is.
That's what it showed.
Are you a male or a female?
I think that's how long their body is. I believe their body is like 100 centimeters. The wingspan is.
Fine. It's 3 foot 3 inches.
Well,
Darn.
are you hopping through? You could be a burrowing owl if you'd like. Those exist.
I'm Clancy, and I know all about owls. All there is to know.
Hey,
No,
Clancy,
no, no,
can
no.
owls fly in an area that's 3 inches shorter than their wingspan?
No. Well, actually, let me say this. I'll say that you could.
Couldn't
3
you,
inches shorter than the wingspan? No. If it was 3 inches bigger, I would say you could make a really tight dexterity check for it.
Couldn't you do like a little
Like a
I
chicken?
can see it kind of curving its wings.
Roll me a sleight of hand for your owl form.
Oh, I will totally do that.
He like doggy paddles with this.
How about a 4 plus whatever that bonus is? I'm sure that's good.
I cannot imagine owls have a
6.
great, a 6.
Oh, no, the owl doesn't have any bonus to that. I forgot. I have to look at the.
No, you're gonna have to hop through as an owl, but when the cave opens up, you'll be able to fly. Or you can turn back into a bucket and literally roll down the passage.
Am I able to roll?
If you
Well,
are
you're-
rolled,
Oh, okay.
Unless you're a square bucket.
I just follow the other lady while they're figuring out.
you see, Cannon is 5-Gal is like continually stepping up to the hole with his wings, like at slightly different angles, pulling them in, and then like trying to flap, and then go no.
Damn it. Okay. I guess I'll just hop with my 5-foot speed.
We'll say that you're a burrowing owl, so you're pretty good underground.
Oh,
You're
okay.
hopping along pretty fast. You can use your wings to move dirt and stuff even. Burrowing owls are pretty cool. Anyway, so you're hopping along. Victor, you're behind the owl struggling his way through the cave.
Yep. That's right.
He actually has more freedom of movement than most of you do. Because it is a tight passage, right?
Does
It's not
Victor have
particularly
any?
Not a lot. I mean, you're basically on all fours crawling, and your head is sort of dragging against rocks and stuff that are poking into your back. Every once in a while, you have to lay down a little bit just to get through, especially with all the guns and shit you've got in your pockets.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
I'm
a
pretty
comfortable
petite.
flight. Yeah, Juniper's fine.
I'm just
Juniper
stacked.
is basically like, she's like a cat. If she can fit her head through something, she's going to be fine. She can just pop a shoulder out and shit. She's just sort of scurrying through. The half-elf woman, she seems less sure of herself, but she knows exactly where you're going and guides you past several passages that she said would lead you to dead ends or dead. And she just sort of leaves it at that. So eventually you come out, and there's a heavy smell of rot and horse shit.
Yum.
And as she sort of pushes some hay aside, you see that you are down in the barn area. She motions with one finger over her lips and then waves Juniper to go out.
Okay.
She follows closely after and keeps the hay pulled out of the way so everyone can get through. Does everybody come out of the passage?
Yeah.
Do we have a choice?
Eventually.
It is very dark. There is some glowing lichen, but there's really no light of any sort. There's no like flames or anything. It is very, very dark. Who cannot see in dim lighting?
Only Victor.
Oh, so Victor, you are notably uncomfortable in this situation. You, especially as a marksman, you rely on being able to see at a distance, and this is a harrowing feeling for you for the most part. It feels much more dangerous than normal. She whispers to everyone. She says, "They don't keep many guards down here. They generally try not to patrol in this area. But we have to be careful. They could come upon us at any time." And so she continues to move through, sort of checking things. She keeps a hold of your hand, Victor, so that you can just stay tight. She knows that the owl can see fine in the dark, the half-elf can see fine in the dark, and since the dickhead hasn't bitched about anything, she assumes he can see in the dark.
Right.
So, with that, she's sort of keeping you with her, and then she points at a wagon full of barrels that is being unloaded by a pair of Durgar, and you can see a floating mass behind it. It's about let's see here.
Can Victor see anything?
Victor
of this?
can't. Everybody else can see. There's something, maybe a sphere 5 or 6 feet around with tentacles all over it. The top of it, the tentacles all have eyes on them. The bottom are just tentacles hanging. It seems to be floating, and the Durgar are with it, and they're in the process of unloading these barrels. There are probably 50 barrels in this cart. It's a big cart. It probably needs towed by a team of oxen normally. It would definitely clear the train tracks, and probably a mountainside were it necessary. But this floating thing and those are sitting there. They're unloading it. They're not saying anything. What are you guys doing?
So I'm not gonna say out loud. I can speak telepathically to Victor, and I just want to be like, "Whoa, this place is awesome! I bet you wish you could see it in here. You should see how much barrels of shit there is."
I'm gonna roll to see if, because at first Victor's like, "Just shut the fuck up," but then he says barrels. So Victor is excited about the barrels.
Like
I have a
sexually.
question.
Hmm.
So how loud is my message to people?
do you
In
mean?
their brain.
It can be anywhere from a whisper to a scream.
So
it's not like
do
where
I
it would-
choose?
Yeah, you choose.
Okay.
It can startle someone. It can't hurt them. So it's
Yeah.
no louder than somebody screaming next to you.
Yeah, I just figured us being stealthy and whispering and stuff, and then me or I guess Simon just basically yelling in
Yeah.
someone's head. Okay. Because I definitely won't care.
Victor, you hear the sound of a barrel being set on the ground. Just the heavy sound of it dropping. And then the rest of you watch as they load 2 barrels into a minecart and begin to push the minecart down. Meanwhile, the floating mass of tentacles sort of drifts over the barrels, and its tentacles begin to just pry into them as though it's checking what's in each barrel. While it's doing that, I want... Let's see here. I really only 5 gal. 5 gal, I want you to make a history check.
That's a 14.
As the only one who passed your intelligence save earlier, you're the only one who can clearly think when you see this. And while you're not sure, this looks something like what you've heard of as a beholder. It's not a beholder, but you know it's similar to one. It's a sort of pretty dangerous monster, but it's not a beholder. It's just pretty similar to one. And it is in the process of prying barrels open all over the place. It seems to be intent on pushing a tentacle into every one of these barrels. However, it's not being particularly careful, and each one that it pops a board open on is basically going to be unusable for travel because it's just going to spill and crack the whole time.
Are we gonna try to kill the beholder thing before we steal or get the barrels?
Who are you saying
He
that
says
to?
in all of your heads.
Oh.
Do we have a choice?
I said
don't know.
telepathically to her, can you not speak telepathically?
No.
Can you not speak at all then, please? You're gonna get us caught and killed.
I hate you.
I'm gonna whisper to the half elf lady with us, and I'm just gonna say, "What is going on?"
She looks at you. You feel her move, and then you feel her move again, and then you feel her move again, and then she looks at Simon, and she points. Victor, you can't see this. Simon, she points at Victor, and so the first thing she does is she points in his face, and she tells him to be quiet, covering her mouth with her finger again, and then she realizes he can't see it, and then she sort of thinks for a second, and then she goes to lean in, and then she stops, and then she looks at you and she points at him, and she puts her finger over her mouth, suggesting, "Hey, tell him to shut up."
So I tell Victor telepathically, I think this elf lady's really into you, and also she wants you to shut the fuck up. No making noise.
Is there a place where a bucket would be normally placed?
All over. There
Okay.
are buckets all over.
I would like to go to an area where another bucket is, or wherever it's closest and not obvious when I'm flying.
I hope we pick up the
Stealthily.
wrong bucket.
Okay. Roll stealth.
I'm not gonna
It's
use.
advantage.
Yeah, that didn't help at all last time.
No. But luckily your feathers are silent.
God damn, that didn't help at all either. 13. At least it was above 10.
So, in more detail, I would like to describe the thing that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eyes. 6 eyes on tentacles above its head, 1 massive eye that makes up its body. It very quickly locks onto you with all of its eyes as you fly.
Do I notice?
Yep. it's not being subtle about it. It's just sort of floating up closer to you at this point.
I would like to just land somewhere and not turn into a bucket if he's following me.
It is getting closer. Let me see here. What is it likely to do?
Can I prepare a spell for when I'm not in owl form?
What do you mean?
Because I can't cast spells while I'm wild shaped or whatever.
Right.
But I have a feeling I'm probably going to be attacked. And then if I'm attacked, I just instantly turn into a bucket again. And then I can use a spell.
That's true.
So I'm wondering if I can prepare a spell.
You would like to basically react by saying when you get knocked into being a bucket, you'd like to react with a spell?
Yes.
That seems fair. What would you like to do when you get turned back into a bucket?
I'm not sure yet. I have a bunch of weird stuff.
Does the
Well, I'll give you like 30 seconds to think on it while everybody else reacts to the fact that you flew across the room and then the giant floating eye thing is looking right at you and then floating towards you, which is the opposite side of the room, luckily.
does the
I would
other
like to conjure minor elementals.
Okay.
Does the other half elf lady seem like she's magical in nature and or could turn herself invisible just by looking
She
at
does
her?
Not. She seems like a scholar without any magical ability.
I have a choice to make for my reaction to this. I can turn 3 of us invisible, so I'm deciding which 3 of us will become invisible. Not the bucket. The bucket's causing problems. One of them has to be Juniper because my
Yep.
god demands it. So me, Juniper. I don't know the lady, but I also don't like Victor. So let's see. Well, I'm going to turn me, Juniper, and Victor invisible then.
You do that, and the moment the 3 of you turn invisible, you see her ears perk, her eyes get really wide, and she starts looking around, and then she fucking bolts. She starts running up the passage at full speed. Victor, you don't even feel or notice anything. You don't know you're invisible.
Well, I was gonna say, wouldn't have I been holding on to her that she just tugged away, and now I'm just like,
Yes. Yeah, now you try to hold your hand up in the very dim light to see like how close it has to be, because before at least there was the little bit of lichen, but you can't even see your hand no matter how close you get it to your face now.
right?
It's like your hands are invisible.
Yeah, and I don't even know.
You're like, man, this is inky blackness. It's like I can almost see a little bit of light, but it must be my mind playing tricks on me because I still can't see my hands. But she's gone. You guys watch her sprint up the passage, and the eye thing, 2 eyes flip around, and on spotting her, let's see, what's it do? That one is what it do. She needs to make a DC 13 con save. She fails. A ray shoots from one of the eyes, and she immediately freezes, frozen solid. She's stunned, and she eats shit into the ground, just dragging her face along the floor as her body is completely paralyzed mid-stride. And it keeps 2 eye stalks on the owl, which is just sitting. What are you doing? Are you trying to be nonchalant owl again?
Yeah, I would be staring directly at it like an owl probably would. Well,
Can
actually,
you
an
roll
owl would take the fuck
deception?
off. Ooh, that's a 5. That's with the owl bonus.
Jesus Christ.
What'd you roll on the die?
A 2.
Oh.
This thing is not that smart. How likely is it to? Um. It's going to shoot you with a ray as well. Roll a con save.
Ooh, that was actually decent. I'm gonna stick with that one. Con save is a 20.
You shake off the stunning ray that it shoots at you, but it doesn't necessarily know that. As long as you keep holding still, and it goes to investigate the elf, but it keeps one eye locked on you.
Telepathically, I want to tell Victor what's happening
Okay.
and that
Do
we
these,
shouldn't move, and I've turned us invisible.
Holy fuck. Do these stunning rays light up the room at all? Like, is there any magic that happens, or is it kind of...
Actually, yes. You see a bright neon blue light shoot from its eyes. Oh, actually, Victor, that would be your moment where you see this horrifying thing.
Yeah.
As the eye lights up and then it fires, you see this floating ball with fucking eye tentacles and shit. And that gives you a moment. Roll... No. Yeah, that would shock you out of it. Suddenly seeing that like that. Roll history for me.
Non-natural 20.
Ooh. You recognize that this thing is a mind witness, which is essentially more of a myth than anything. It's theorized that if a mind flare colony could infect a beholder, they could turn it into a mind witness.
Ugh.
Yeah. They are pretty dangerous and really specialized in telepathy and mind stuff. In addition, they have a number of specialized rays they can fire out of their eye stalk things. As it floats to the elf woman, it scoops her body up in its tentacles, and you see two tentacles from the bottom sort of pry into her earlobes, and another one push up into her nose, and it just sits there, and then you see it glow. The whole thing glows green, illuminating the passage for a moment. Victor, you can see the wagon, mostly full of barrels, and you can see your friendly owl bud sitting in a pile of hay, unblinkingly staring. And yeah. And with that, as it glows, eventually you see the elf woman's face start to glow a deep purple, and then her eyes sort of sink back into her skull and disappear. And then he just drops the body on the ground. And it limply just lays there.
Could I say no? Bad.
You say that?
Well, send the message to the creature.
Oh, come on.
You can do that.
And you have.
Yeah.
Oh.
Risky's second character death.
All of the tentacles, all of them snap locked onto your location. It seems you have upset the beast. Let me
Thank God we're invisible.
share
Until
fun
we
thing
attack.
with you. A fun feature of the Mind Witness. As soon as it gets that message, it begins to notify the colony and the relays.
It should have just said no bad.
It did. You're gonna need to roll initiative.
Oh.
Ooh,
Just
that's
him.
a good one.
It rolled only a 2 on the die, so it got a 4.
Okay, I beat that. Oh, do I have to do the owl one?
Yeah.
God damn it.
When I see the tentacles start to happen, I telepathically tell Victor and then ask, how committed are we to this bucket?
If
Just
he
shake your head
speaks,
for...
I'm invisible.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to see it. Damn.
You're gonna have to come to where I was if you remember.
No recollection of this.
Because I don't know where anyone is.
No, he couldn't see anybody. He has no ability to navigate his way through here, basically at all.
I know. I know where the wagon's at, right?
You can see the wagon, yeah.
All right, I just have, I guess 10. I don't see anything telling me to.
Okay, well, you beat it. Okay, you're up first, Five Gal. Are you doing anything? It is. All of its eye stalks are turned on you, and they're beginning to glow. You know, without question, it is about to attack you.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna do the bucket then, and cast a spell.
Okay.
And
Can I hold on? Sorry. Can I see this floating thing currently?
Yeah. It's making the noise that Godzilla makes before it makes the atomic breath. So it's like woo 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 woo. That's what it's doing.
I'm just wondering. I don't remember how many chloroforms I bought and how many I used. I just know I see one in my inventory still.
Can I use 2 key points and cast Dark Vision on Victor?
Yes.
I'm going to
you
do
can.
that.
Oh my god, that'd be so helpful.
Victor, your vision suddenly snaps into focus, almost as though it's daylight. And you have no idea why or how or who or when or where, but it's a good thing. This is still all happening. Five Gal, what were you doing?
I was gonna summon the elementals.
The elementals, okay.
And I get to summon 4 magma methods.
Mephits.
But I thought that'd be a good idea since they
Mephit.
are magma and might get some light in there too.
That does seem like a better than nothing idea, that's for sure. Okay.
God.
Magma Mythid. Okay, I've got it pulled up. Huh, they're pretty interesting. Very interesting. Okay, you summoned 4 of them?
Yeah.
And they'll take their turn immediately after yours.
Okay. And okay.
What are you doing with them, the 4 of them?
Gonna do probably shit. Okay, where are they gonna spawn then?
They can spawn anywhere that you'd like within probably, I bet, 30 feet. You can have them spawn directly next to the Mind Witness if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I would like, because they have the fire breath thing, so I'd want them so they wouldn't be looking directly at me, or I guess I don't know where my companions are.
Oh, you have no idea.
Okay. So I know the general direction where they were at.
You know that they were in the heavily flammable barn area, which is where everything is.
And explosives.
Yep.
How far are the explosives from me?
So let's paint a picture in more detail because
Oh, God.
I've pictured where everything's at. So
This is way worse than I.
imagine, if you will, there is a sort of stable that's maybe 40 feet long. You guys came out of a passage at the far left side of the stable. The wagon is 30 feet down the length of the stable because a passage runs right along this, right? The elf woman ran the opposite direction and made it maybe 20 feet up the passage. The mind witness is now directly maybe 15 feet in front of where you guys came in. It is close enough that if Victor had wanted to, he could have, within like a single leap, reached out and touched it. You flew down to the far end when you were trying to find a place to hide as a bucket out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the wagon is about halfway down the length of this. So you are 30 feet, 30-ish feet to the right from where you came in. The mind witness is 10 feet straight in front of where you came in. And the wagon is 20 feet down and 5 feet out from where you came in.
So if from where I'm at, could I just blast straight towards the passage and attack the witness?
You could, yes.
Okay.
All of the hay and shit is to the left of where you're at or behind where you're at. If all of the mephits fire directly down the passage, it will not ignite the hay, probably.
Okay. This is bad.
Can I while he's doing that, can I just roll to see if I still have this chloroform? Because I have no idea if I used it or not. Or do you just want to just nix it?
I'll say you have it.
Okay. Because I don't remember if I used both or not.
Oh my god.
But I want to throw it at the thing. Is my plan.
And the bucket.
What'd you do there, Five Gal?
I rolled intelligence for each of the placements for those things, and none of them were above a 9. There's a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 9.
Okay. Well,
So
they spawn, and I imagine they fire breath.
that was okay. I'm gonna roll intelligence to see, now that I know where they spawn, if I
Do
should
you
fire
tell
breath.
them to fire breath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was decent. Actually, okay, yeah, that's good. Even with my negative on intelligence, that's a 14, so
I still hate that you're the only one who's able to look at this place.
oh god. Okay, so I'll do the claw attack then.
Okay. So the 4 of them do claw attacks.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for each one?
I'll do it, actually.
Okay.
So let's see here.
So
To hit,
plus-
that's going to be 1. So we got a 16, an 8, a 17, and an 8.
Wow, it's better than my rolls.
16, 8, 17, 8. 2 of those hit.
Not the 8.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be 4 damage from one of them. and 3 damage from the other one.
Nice.
Oh gosh.
So yeah.
Does it seem like it's close to death, or
Is it just dead yet?
it's bloodied?
What's that?
It
It says
it's
3.
What's that?
Okay, it's 1d4 plus 1 slashing plus d4 fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2d4 plus 1.
Yeah, the wording in the app is awful.
Yeah. It's shifty.
Well, it just throws in random numbers.
It's because if you don't want to roll as the DM, you can use the average of the dice instead.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why it'll say 2, because the
That-
average of 1d4 is 2.
That makes much more sense.
So it's turn now. Luckily, it has a bunch of methods to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna do
And a non-aggressive bucket.
eye raise. So let's see here. That's a 3. That's a 4. And that's a 6, which is psychic ray, slowing ray, and telekinetic ray. So the real question here is if it hits you with any of those 3 or just the methods. There's 5 of you. We'll have you roll a d6 3 times. Okay, so what's gonna happen is 1, 2, 3, or 4 are methods. 5 is you, and a 6 is roll again. So you're gonna have to roll 3 times.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 2.
3, 2, 2. Got it. Okay, so psychic ray. That is 68 damage.
Oh fuck.
It's not on me.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 25, 26, which blows up 1 method. So then the next ray is a slowing ray.
Ooh.
8. That's going to be not enough. It doesn't do anything. And the last one is telekinetic ray. And it also passes its save. So it only is going to do something with the psychic ray, which kills the method. The method explodes in a burst of lava.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the methods and the mind witness have to make dex checks.
It's okay. We're just having
So-
a fight around explosives
It
with
passes.
exploding magnet.
That one fails. That one fails.
Oh,
Inside of a cave, which is also compressed, so when those
Jay.
explosives go off,
And
When you sit back far enough, it looks like you're wrapped up in a blankie,
oh, I wish.
like a
I'm
snuggie.
like this.
Yeah,
You should all get snuggies.
it looks like you have a
Okay.
snuggie.
Drunken
on.
Argonaut Snuggies
That'd be nice.
coming to the merch store.
Yes,
Oh god.
DA snuggies.
Hell yeah.
I'd buy one as long as the logo wasn't tiny as fuck.
No promises. I can't.
Okay.
Apparently, I can't affect that.
And then it gets its other attack. So it's going to use its tentacles to attack one of them that's up close. That's a 19. That's going to hit. And that is 4d8 plus 2. Damn. 5, 7.
Oh, maybe you'll just run out of spell slots before we get attacked.
17.
I don't know if it's raise
19.
use up spell slots.
Kills another one, which also means it explodes. He fails the save on that one, at least. So he'll take 8 damage from the flaming explosion. And then that one takes 12 and dies. That one takes 10. That one takes 11. And another one died.
Fuck.
Now it's got to make a dexterity save. The Mind Witness passes. The one passes. The one crit fails.
Oh,
So we've got
ouch.
5, which the Mind Witness takes 2 from. We've got 2, which the one that passed takes 1 from. And then we've got 12, which the crit fail is going to do double, causing another one to die. Which is the last one. And so Mind Witness fails that one. That's 9 more damage. There's none other to do that with. Huh. Okay. All the methods have fucking exploded.
I just
And-
love Victor's vision right now.
I can see.
Random. Yeah,
can
I
see
know,
now.
but it's just complete black, then random rays.
And then
And
you
I
can
got-
randomly see.
Then you can see, and then just fucking
Oh.
explosions everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of insane, actually. So the methods are all exploded, which is interesting. And it is technically your turn again.
Oh,
Those were all dying on its turn.
oh, yeah.
When they die, they explode, and so
Okay. Well, that
you had
was
them
a
all
great
piled on
use
top.
of a spell slot.
I mean, you did 26 damage with it.
Yeah. So
If you include the damage you did to the other methods, you did 58 damage. Very effective.
okay. Then I guess I'm gonna do a moonbeam.
Okay, what's he have to do?
Con save.
That's a con. An 18.
Passed.
So half damage.
Yep. And that's gonna be at. Okay, so
How far are these? There's donkeys attached to that carriage, right?
Yep.
How far away is that?
Like 17 feet away.
Would it be hard to get that thing turned around, like
No.
heading towards outside?
Not particularly.
I think I'm gonna
That's-
start working on that.
12
Okay.
damage.
12 damage?
Yeah, radiant, if that even matters.
Not in this case. You invisibly run over and begin to turn the donkeys around. The donkeys you see are sort of like zonked. Like their eyes are open, but it's almost like they're hypnotized. It's probably part of however they get them to even go into the mine. So they don't startle. Basically, they just do what you push them to do. They're not panicked about the invisible hand. So, anything else that you can do on your turn?
So what is wild shape versus shapeshift?
They're basically
Wild
the
shape
same
is
thing.
like useless.
No, the difference is that if you take the circle of the moon, you get the
Oh, I
ability
get to do a bonus action instead.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll do. Oh crap. No, I'll do bees.
Bees.
Yeah.
Bees.
Okay.
Bees.
You turn into a swarm of bees, and it's going to do its eye rays again.
Oh, God damn it.
So we've got a 5, a 2, and a 6, which is Stunning Ray, Fear Ray, and Telekinetic Ray. So make me a con save.
That would be 14.
You pass.
Yeah.
Make me a wisdom save.
Oh, I'm sure that's good. Oh shit, yeah, it is. 25.
You pass. Make me a strength save.
Okay. Nat 20.
Jesus.
Its rays bounce off of your super bee-like powers. They have no effect on your immovable strength, impossible constitution, and irrevocable wisdom. It comes in to use its tentacles on you.
Just swatting around at bees.
Yeah, that's an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that should hit.
Okay. 1, 6, 12, 14, 16 psychic damage.
Fuck.
It can't grapple you or stun you, though, because you're a swarm, which normally it would do. So, yeah, it's swiping at you. Victor, you have turned the donkeys around while the Mind Witness is busy. Simon and Juniper.
It's okay, no one noticed.
Simon and Juniper,
Fine.
you guys notice that the cart has been turning around and it appears to be aimed towards the uphill part of the cave now. You also hear the sound of howling screams approaching ever closer. It seems like you're maybe just moments away from a horde of things coming for this Mind Witness.
But we can't see anything yet.
You can see you can't see any beings yet, but you can hear them.
How many barrels are on this thing?
There are, well, let's find out.
All right.
I want it to be a preposterous amount, but I don't want to.
It
There
takes 1
are-
hour to go up this hill.
21, 24, 34, 40 barrels of explosives. And we're not talking gunpowder. This is nitroglycerin.
Oh my god, I was thinking it was gunpowder. Son of a bitch.
So, as you do this, you see a number of barrels on the ground that had been unloaded and had been. It looks like something had tried to worm its way into them. Are leaking fluid onto the ground.
Okay.
And that's running down the passage.
Okay. I'm how close to the floating asshole am I?
At this point,
Yeah.
you are maybe 10 feet from it. Because it moved in close to try and grapple the swarm of bees.
Perfect. I am going to leave the cart there. Nitroglycerin is not what I'm here for. So, and I've learned my lesson to not fuck with nitroglycerin. Whenever it comes around again and I can do something, I would like to do something. But I get that I probably done a couple things.
Yeah, roll initiative and we'll put you into the turn order for the next one.
Okay. 19.
19? Okay. It is Five Gal's turn, unless Juniper or Simon have something they would like to do in this meantime.
Not until I
the-
know what we're dealing with.
Did the creature move?
It's right on top of you now. Yeah, it moved.
Where was it before?
It was in the middle of the passage surrounded by mephits before. Now
Okay.
it's in the middle of the hay fighting with a swarm of bees.
Okay, I guess.
I texted you.
I guess I didn't really think about how I can move Moonbeam. If I could still do it when I was shapeshift.
Sure.
Okay. Because that just kept going for a minute, right? Yeah.
Yep. Still going.
Okay. And I can move it as a bonus, right?
Bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd want to move it to where he is.
Okay, you move it on top of him. He has to make a save again.
Yep.
What save?
Con.
He fails. He got an 8.
All right. That is 11 wait, nope. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Radiant damage.
He's starting to look a little worse for wear. He doesn't seem particularly healthy or happy with what's going on.
Well, I'm going to sting him now.
Ooh. Give him a thing.
Ooh, that's a 24.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I need... Damn, I didn't realize that was that good. It's fucking 64. Choop, choop. That's not bad at all. 15 damage. Oh, 17 damage.
It definitely doesn't look like it's happy. It's probably on the verge. It's sort of floating lower to the ground, and seems upset. Victor, it is your turn.
I am going to. You said he looks pretty messed up now.
Yeah, he doesn't look good. His eye stalks are all swollen. He's sort of drooping, bleeding a lot. He's got burns.
I was gonna throw chloroform at him, but if he's looking messed up, I'm just gonna get into combat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start shooting
You
because
become-
we already know all the other assholes are coming, so there's no point to stealth anymore.
Just recall that you become visible as soon as you attack.
Yep. I know.
I'm still invisible.
Yeah, we know you're not going to do anything.
18 to hit.
18 will hit.
And that is 12 damage.
12. Let's see here. How close is that? That kills it.
Okay.
Oh.
You shoot it in the eye, and it drops to the passage floor. And as it does so, in that moment, you see a figure in the passage with 2 more mind witnesses, one behind each shoulder, 60 feet down. The figure is cloaked in black robes, has tentacles and long fingers for a face. And as it makes eye contact, you sense that it is the thing behind whatever is keeping people from knowing about this mine or thinking about it. It's got some sort of psychic presence that you immediately feel pressing upon you. And that is where we will end episode 17 of the Drunken Arcanauts Dycairn campaign. The party in a cavern, their guide dead. Ernest still to be accounted for. Perhaps he will save them. Next time on the Dycairn campaign.
That guy's an idiot.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
Bye.